This content is based on telepathic communication between the ninth density collective of Ra and their conduit, Joe. Welcome to the Book of Anu. This chapter brings you back in time to a forgotten yet auspicious place on Earth, a sacred site where powerful ley lines once converged. Songs and poems immortalized this legendary site, and its memories are forever etched in the Akashic Library and as cosmic code stored in the oceans. Amuru was initially built as a gift to the Arcturians by the Lemurians. However, over time, it became a symbol of unity and inner balance for many civilizations both on and off planet. Crafted by Lemurian artisans from volcanic black rock, a stunning temple welcomed visitors to Amuru. The walls of the temple were adorned with crawling plants and flowers. At the center of this enigmatic place was a hot spring referred to as the Heart of Gaia, a direct translation of the Arcturian words Amuru. Surrounded by mountains draped in lush tropical forests, the compound featured a stream flowing with cold water from the mountain of Ra. The area was humid since the mountains caused clouds to release their moisture as they were pushed inland by the wind. The entire area was wrapped in mist that rose from the river, where the cold water met with the warmth of the magma reservoir underneath. It was a place renowned for its healing qualities. The mud purified and the water cleansed the body, preparing individuals for deep meditation to achieve the complete unification of the masculine and feminine aspects of their being. Astrology and astronomy have always been important to the Arcturians, as they understand better than most other civilizations that the universe is a hologram following cosmic code. The Lemurian youth studying at Xirana under Arcturian mentorship dedicated the temple Amuru to the interplay between the sun and the moon. This simple astronomical geometry, the sun's daily movement and the moon's bi-monthly alignment, was clearly visible to all. It represented the eternal need for balancing polarity within any enlightened being in the semi-physical realm. Symbolically, this inner energy work took the outer form of blending the 6 soul groups of Ra. To refresh your mind, Ana represents air, Uma water, Ashtara plant life, Anu fire, Derek earth, and Ekesh animal life. Ana, Uma, and Ashtara represented the feminine, symbolized by the moon. Anu, Derek, and Ekesh represented the masculine, symbolized by the sun. At Amuru, the sacred rituals were strongly connected with the movements of the sun and the moon. Individuals purified their souls and harmonized their masculine and feminine energies, the creator energies of the cosmos. The temple sanctuary consisted of circular paths, floral gardens, statues, and artwork. It all formed a sacred geometrical symbol, clearly visible from the surrounding hilltops. Today, this pattern is known as the Flower of Life. Visiting Amuru was a three-stage process. The first stage focused on the body, the second on the mind, and the third on the soul. In each of these stages, the visitor had to spend time in a pool of mud, a pool of water, and in a meditation room. Mud cleansed the body, water purified the mind, and meditation offered a pure soul connection. Visitors rested in the first pool of mud for a period of 1 kad. A kad was a song sung at each temple in honor of the soul group it represented. Each kad lasted around 30 minutes. Afterward, covered in mud, the participants entered the water, which was directly connected to the stream that ran through the compound. After exiting the water pool, the visitors continued to a meditation room for another length of a kad. The meditation was induced by a drink made from particular mushrooms native to the Blue Valley, similar to ayahuasca used in certain South American rituals. This drink was referred to as Uma Ashtara Ru, which means forest water of Gaia. The tea opened the senses and gave the experiencer the ability to decode the hologram. The explicit goal was to connect with the ninth density, the realm of mother souls, architects, and coders. This is how we, the ninth density collective of Ra, communicated with Lemurians. This sequence, mud, water, meditation, was repeated 3 times, utilizing all 6 pools in a single ceremony. Amuru served dual purposes, inner healing and collective healing. There were days dedicated to individuals focusing on the inner path, and certain days for couples seeking to solidify their relationships. Men always entered Amuru dressed in hooded white robes, and women in red robes with hoods. As they entered any of the 6 temples, they undressed and left the robes outside the building. Amuru rituals were between the individual and Mother Earth. It was essential to take part in the ceremonies nude. The compound had 6 ponds, each adorned with its own small temple connected with one of the 6 elements. 3 pools held cold water, symbolizing the 3 princes of Lemuria. The 9th density architects, Anu, Ekesh, and Derek, represented the number 1 in the binary world of creation, crucial for the hologram to exist. The other 3 pools contained warm liquid mud, representing the 3 princesses of Lemuria. The 9th density architects, Ana, Uma, and Ashtara, symbolized the zeros in the binary world of creation. When the ones and zeros come together, they form the cosmos, created for the self-discovery of Mother Souls. The Lemurians understood well that each being creates their own reality. This in turn meant that there needed to be a perfect balance between the creative energies within each being. Oneness was the goal, demanding the merging of the ones and zeros, the positive and negative, the feminine and masculine aspects into one. This was the purpose of Amuru. Amuru was open only during the hours of darkness, with fires illuminating the compound. Each visitor was given a torch representing Anu. The water ponds symbolized Uma. The body itself represented Ekesh. The mud ponds symbolized Derek. The meditation room was Ana, and the mushrooms in the tea they drank was a gift from Ashtara. People generally spent an entire night at Amuru. During new moons, Amuru transformed into a realm of tantric exploration, where participants, typically university students, engaged not in meditation but in sexual rituals induced by the plant medicine Uma Ashtara Ru. On full moons, the focus shifted to couples wishing to solidify their relationships. These lunar ceremonies were immensely popular throughout the Lemurian queendoms. This practice resembled what took place in some Andromedan temples, which are now referred to as Tantric temples in India. The temple Amuru was commissioned by the Lemurian High Council located in modern-day Hawaii, one of the 3 queendoms. This gift to the Arcturians symbolized more than appreciation for their mentorship. It embodied interstellar unity in the Blue Valley. Artisans from all 3 Lemurian queendoms collaborated on its construction. Lemurian youth had already been journeying to Xirana for some time to study the Law of One at Sol-Terra 1. Subsequently, Arcturian academies were established in the North and South Pacific. However, the primary university was always connected to Sol-Terra 1, as it served as the main stargate and arrival port for Arcturian spacecraft entering Earth. Today, Xirana is part of the Indonesian island Java, with the nearby city of Yogyakarta continuing to serve as a center of academia. These educational routes date back hundreds of thousands of years. Upon completion, Amuru became the focal point of a vibrant society. The Blue Valley evolved into a cosmic nexus, where beings from distant star systems arrived via starships or Arcturian portals. These portals facilitated instantaneous travel using advanced beaming technology, transforming the valley into a melting pot of galactic civilizations. The temple Amuru was not a religious building. It's crucial to remember that religion is a phenomenon of the 3rd density. Once a civilization ascends to the 5th density, religions cease to exist as the veil of amnesia becomes much thinner. Beings trust their own inner guidance. They understand the cosmos and their place in it. Simply put, in the 5th density, all beings already understand that they are God. When this understanding is reached, there is no longer a need for spiritual seeking, as all answers reside within. This God realization was a profound moment in every being's life and was celebrated by the Lemurians as their birthday. It normally occurred around the age of 5. The Lemurian civilization was characterized by intuitive intelligence, deeply connected with the cosmos. Their origins traced back to the Pleiades, and upon settling on Earth, they became residents rather than mere visitors like many other star nations. What characterized the Lemurians was their profound focus on inner harmony, a type of civilization not seen on Earth since. The Anak Empire, or the Anunnaki that later arrived, brought the Dark Ages to the planet. However, now as humanity is breaking free from the old paradigm of control and fear, the future looks much brighter. It is time to build a new Lemuria, and the temple of Amuru still exists in your starseed hearts. Until next video, please remember that New Earth is created by you, only you. This is your starseed mission, and so it begins.